Welcome back to Alcohol Content. What's going on? You might know us. It might be our spooktacular episode. Yeah, you know it. It's the Halloween. You know, it's fancy. As you can tell, I'm a skeleton. Boo. Got you again. All right. So, you know, it's not just me here, though. How are my co-hosts doing?
Dude, what are you doing? We didn't agree to this.
What a little...
It's 75 degrees outside.
What were you out just trick-or-treating because you wanted that candy or whatever?
I thought I sent you guys the text message.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I said, hey, we should dress up for the Halloween episode.
I didn't think you just came from an Insane Clown Posse concert.
Wow.
You look like you're thinking how magnets work.
Wow.
If you know that reference, you're in it.
I figured you guys not texting back was an answer of saying, oh yeah, they got it. They're going to dress up.
We're dressed up as your friends.
So maniacal.
Wow. It does look good. I mean, you could, except for the ZZ Top beard, you could go around. The fact that you're 6'3" or 4" and a ZZ Top beard, you might not be able to pass for.
Excellent choice on going with the white face paint for most of it.
I'm playing it safe.
You go with raccoon eyes. I like it.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's.
What are you going for, the Kardashian look?
Exactly. All right, guys.
Turn around. Let me see your butt.
I did. All right. I got it planned.
Is it Thursday already?
Well, you guys might think that this is an alcohol content episode, but this is just talking about how to do makeup.
It's an Austin roast. Yeah, it's an Austin roast.
So
roasting these pumpkins, pumpkin.
Moving on from my broken esteem, my self-esteem. What are we drinking today, boys?
That's an exact replica.
It's exact ear replica.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah, it's exact, except for that one was green, but that one's green.
Yeah.
It is actually. It's like, yes. Oh, wow.
So what are we drinking?
It looks good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It took me hours to get ready, and I cannot believe you guys did not dress up. But anyways, we'll move on.
And just so you know, Austin's roasting right now. It's like, and not because we're making fun of him. It's warm out at the moment. So he's got.
Oh, what does this whiskey smell like? Aerosol cans and face paint. That's what it smells like.
Wow. We got some Heaven's Door going. Austin, I'm trying. There's no good segue to that. So it's like, we're just going to slot
that
this in.
That was perfectly sequitur.
Yeah.
No, not at all. We got some Heaven's Door going. We've got the bourbon and the rye. And
little Bobby,
it's Bob Dylan is repping. It's his, and you know it's pretty popular. So, Austin, thanks. You're the one that purchased these.
I was.
I will also admit that they just came out with a new sort of slimmer looking on the front. I love the look of these. So
kind of fits the Halloween.
Well, it not only does fit the Halloween, but it's Bob Dylan has Buffalo Black Buffalo Ironworks, I think in California, and he actually like welds gates and stuff like this. And these are actually replicas of some of the stuff that he and his crew have welded or whatever on the front. So I like that it's sort of a full-fledged for the whole bottle.
Man, he's been busy.
Now they've slimmed it down. Yeah. So Bob Dylan, I mean, you guys are much younger. So the reason we're doing Heaven's Door is it's Halloween. And the day after is November 1st, and that's in the Catholic religion. That's All Saints Day. And you commemorate those folks that have passed and have gone to heaven. So Heaven's Door, he's got a famous song, Knock, Knock, Knocking on Heaven's Door. I certainly know that. You might know a version of it from Guns N' Roses, you guys.
Yeah.
The Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, you know, I've been karaoke.
Axl Rose, big Catholic.
Really big into the rosaries.
Axl Rosary. Classic.
That's a knee slapper.
Wow. Yeah, so
we're
we've got
sober.
we've got the bourbon poured, okay, and that's what we're gonna try first.
Which doesn't. Well, you're gonna go into this, right? Because don't they do like toasted barrel stuff?
That's
right?
we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk that on the
rye.
rye exactly. And I think you spent, Austin, about $55 for the bourbon, and it's about $80. It was about $80.
A little more expensive for the rye, but
Yeah.
I love my ryes. I gotta get those.
Yeah.
I'm so
gonna
anyway,
pay top
truthfully,
dollar.
I haven't checked to see, but literally, this is October, and in September, Heaven's Door was supposed to open up their own distillery, and it literally is on.
So these are sourced.
They're sourced, and we'll talk a little bit about that. They're not super transparent on source, but there is a couple ways to get.
They're
to
not transparent or transparent.
Yeah.
Well, the bottle's transparent, but short of that. So it's on 6 Mile Creek. So I haven't checked the internet to see if they had the grand opening or whatever in
Do
September.
we know where they're sourcing from? I would assume they're sourcing from Ross and Scribb for the rye, but I don't know. Does it still say Tennessee? So it could be Jack Daniels, maybe?
It's gonna be Dickel. But
it's Dickel.
well, no,
yeah.
they don't say that, but they
for
source
both,
it.
you think?
They source it. We'll talk a little bit about more of that. So these are best guesses from people. But the new, I just want to sort of celebrate them. The new distillery that they actually have is on 6 Mile Creek, which was supposed to open last month. And it was on land once owned by Squire Boone, Daniel's brother. Daniel Boone was a man. That Daniel Boone, which I thought was sort of cool. So the back to the bourbon here just quickly, and then we'll the smell and taste. It's 70% corn and then 30% rye and / malted barley. Don't know the exact breakdown.
So they sourced from Tennessee. Yeah.
So for the bourbon, they sourced from Tennessee, and here's the key. It was single-story rick houses, and there's one Tennessee company that has single-story rick houses, and that's Dickel.
Okay. Which people give a lot of flack for Dickel on their bourbon.
Yeah. I
mean,
think well deserved.
The Flintstone.
Well, they're
Flintstone
cheaper
vitamin.
ones. They're cheaper ones.
But they're bottled in bond.
Yeah.
They're 11 and 13
Yeah,
year
definitely.
and stuff.
That's
very
got to
good.
get bottle.
Yeah, that's their better stuff is quite good.
Yeah.
They get too much flack, I think, for their cheap end stuff,
For sure.
which is fair. I think that's fair treatment. But
So anyway, this is 92 proof, the bourbon, and it's non-age stated, but rumored to be 6 to 8 years. So a healthy.
That's a healthy age.
Exactly.
Because usually when you have a celebrity that puts out a bottle, it's kind of like, well, what's the cheapest thing we can get out here? Just to
I tell you what, I've been
Long
in
Branch.
large box stores before, just looking at different bourbons and stuff, and I can't tell you how many people come up to me, think I work there, and they're asking where's the Heaven's Door. So it's pretty popular.
he just wanders the aisle. Like
I do. It's
he dresses like you and wanders the aisle.
He goes to Spirit Pass.
Exactly.
So what have you guys tasted? I'm just smelling it.
I mean, the smell is. I mean, it's got a pleasant nose.
a sort
for
of
sure.
classic bourbon. I'm not picking up any of the.
It's a softer sweetness.
Yeah.
I like that. On the taste, there's a healthy amount of wood to it, but it's not overpowering.
Ooh.
I mean, honestly, this is like a right down the middle of a plate bourbon. Like it's not spiky. It's not going to throw people off. I get why this is popular. It's good.
Very drinkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy sipper.
There's a little oak tannin going on there, but just not too much.
And I've had this before. I've tried it. As you can tell, it's not like we drink all that tonight or today. I wanted another glass after I finished my first. It was just like, damn, this is just really drinkable bourbon.
It's not a one and done for
and
sure.
I thought it was going to be gimmicky, but I got it just to try it, and I was not disappointed.
Pretty solid, huh? I mean, 6 to 8 years aged. I mean, I know it's not. We're not drinking their own distillate at this moment in time, but still, it's lots of times celebrity stuff is very gimmicky and sort of trashy.
Which, if they just opened their distillery, they're still going to be sourcing for another 6 years.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So, or unless they put out younger stuff, obviously.
Yeah. Or with the.
So this is going to be pretty consistent, at least for a while.
Yeah, they're going to be blending their own stuff with their originally sourced stuff.
Probably a little bit.
Do any of you get that Flintstone vitamin minerally?
Not at all.
A lot of people complain about with Dickel.
Not at all.
Neither do I. I get almost a little toasted marshmallow going on here.
And this is not toasted barrel?
I don't believe so.
Just the rye is?
I think the rye is. Yeah.
That's so weird because
I could be wrong, guys, but I don't think so.
It's got that soft kind of marshmallowy note that toasted barrels get.
It definitely it has a little bit of toasted barrel in there. I unfortunately I have makeup on my lips, and so it's funny because it's kind of simulating that Flintstone-y vitamin thing, but it is not the alcohol. I can tell you that.
It's that those black lips.
I
you
love
have.
these black lips of mine.
Wow.
Yeah. So it tastes good
No,
outside the makeup. But, this is how you normally drink my bourbon at night.
no,
You
I
have-
can
you
see
have
why
to go
this is
out.
popular.
You have to leave
Oh, I do have
the
to leave.
studio
Yeah.
after this.
And this is oil-based.
I
thought it was-
have a meeting at work tomorrow.
I thought it was lead based.
Yeah.
Yeah, old school.
Hopefully,
We
so I don't
found
have to
it- we
live with
found it in
myself
the,
after you guys roasted
It's
me.
old school.
We
yeah.
found it in the cellar. Just painted them up.
Yeah.
Used to be for old fences.
These
Got
old
the
metal
screwdriver,
fences.
and hammered it, pry open the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else do you open a paint can?
They give you fancy things now.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I've still used the
You ever been to a
screwdriver.
Home Depot? Man?
This is very drinkable. I like it a lot. I think the problem, I mean, if there is a problem, and I'm not trying to make a problem, it's just is hitting in a $50 to $60 range where there's extremely, extremely good bourbons in
that's-
$50 to $60 range.
That's a good point. I think this does fall into the category of like, well, we might as well just throw it into the $50 to $60 range because people will buy it and nobody knows better.
I'm going to defend it here against your guys' criticisms.
no,
okay?
I like it. I like it. I really
Bob
do.
Dylan is a national treasure.
He is.
No, I
It's
think
so weird coming from you like this.
Come on.
It's so weird.
Why can't
No,
you
no.
take me seriously
I-
more?
I agree with you. It is good, and I would argue that of the bottles that are for people that aren't super whiskey snobs like we are, this bats above most of those other bottles. Like this is better than Basil Hayden's,
Yeah. But
which
what
is
I
in
think,
the same range.
but what I think it's in a very
Agreed.
similar category.
It is, but it's
is-
winning the category.
It's for sure. I could say this might be one of the most drinkable.
Yeah.
$50 to $60 bourbons.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Not at all. It's impressive,
I think
actually.
it does its job really well. Whoever
Mm-hmm.
blended it, you guys are doing fantastic
Mhm.
because yes, you're not gonna give us anything super heavy. It's not barrel strength. It's not this. It's not that. But man, I want another one. That's all.
It's
what I always
very,
say about it.
you're
I would-
absolutely right.
I would argue that this is a great gift for somebody that's getting into bourbon.
Oh, for sure.
Like if you want them to have
Yeah,
a little
and-
bit of a nicer bottle and it's not going to be overpowering in
Yeah.
any way, this is a great bottle for that.
So someone's gonna buy this, and someone's only gonna drink Heaven's Door.
I totally, no. That is what I found being in aisles of box stores. People go, I'm just looking for Heaven's Door. That's
Yeah.
what I came here for.
I could see this being someone's daily drinker.
Yeah.
No problem every time.
So I'm
Never
certainly
wanna
going to give
branch out.
thumbs up. It's not the fairly typical celebrity that the name's attached and it's
Usually
sort of-
those suck.
yeah, not good. This is legitimate stuff. And when it's been a while since I did research on it, I honestly was really impressed with the lengths that they go through for, especially the rye, but that they go through for this. It's not some Johnny come lately and
Yeah.
how can I make a buck type thing.
Well, it's one of those bottles where the reason why I bought it is because I kind of figured you guys wouldn't have ever bought it because it's like, it's just kind of gimmicky,
I
right?
shy away from what I perceive as
And so I'm
gimmicky.
trying to
Yeah.
fight that, be like, all right, I guess I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to get something that you guys wouldn't normally buy. And this one paid off.
was a
Sometimes
winner.
it doesn't pay off.
True.
So-
We've had
no,
a couple
absolutely.
that
So
haven't, but
cheers to you for picking them up. And again, the old style bottle, which looks
Yeah,
really good.
Super fun.
Yeah. You want me to?
Oh,
glad
yeah.
they revamped it.
Yeah. Well, it's just but a smaller square. It's more of a
Right. They
square
still got
label.
the ironworks on it, but it's just, yeah, this one's got through the whole.
Although I did see it. It's more fancy, I guess. It's because of it's designed, I think, a little bit more. I don't know.
That's what it's aiming for.
Yeah.
But I like this. I actually like this design.
a lot. It's an attractive bottle for sure.
It kind of rustic. It's
And again,
it's fancy, but it still seems working man.
well, because it's welding, it's
Yeah.
ironworks
I
from,
like it.
again, so it's not just Bob Dylan with his tremendous, portfolio of music, but it's like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know
Tremendous.
he's an artist. And I'm going to rep him. He's from, I think, Hibbing, Minnesota, don't you know? He's a Minnesota boy,
Oh.
eh?
Well, for
Yeah,
someone
no wonder you're a
who's
fan.
Yes.
for someone who sold his soul to the devil, it's kind of strange he's doing Heaven's Door as his whiskey.
Heaven's
This is way
Door.
out.
Yeah.
Heaven's
This is-
Door.
All right.
So the rye is also, I think, 92 proof. But here's where we get a little more interesting. A little more
Ooh.
stuff is going on.
This is where the murder mystery or Halloween murder mystery comes
Yes.
into play.
I think it was aged.
There's a clue in the pumpkin.
There's a clue in the pumpkin. Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the candlestick. Okay, it's like it's 92 proof. I think it's about 6 years old, they say, but it is in hand toasted oak barrels.
Wait, they toasted the hands?
They toasted the hands, exactly.
And then put them together.
Well, that fits with the theme tonight for sure.
Torture.
And they're in cigar barrels, which are just narrower, thinner, smaller barrels. Which they call them cigar barrels, so some people can use it and go, "Hey, this tastes like there is tobacco and cigar in there." And it's it wasn't. They're
just
smoking cigars.
Just
it's the shape. It's smaller, so the ratio of wood to distill it is greater, and it is in French oak. Okay, so from Vosges, France, so eastern France.
You say it was aged or finished?
I think it truly was aged in toasted oak barrels in French. I think
toasted French oak.
French oak.
All right.
Which
I'm
the
impressed.
mouthfeel should be. Yes.
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
that's cool. I don't think we've had that.
If I had eyebrows, I would raise them right now.
Time out. You're not.
Circles just get bigger.
Oui.
Oh, I'm not done.
Croissant.
It's
chauffeur. Hors d'oeuvres.
Oh my God. What do we do here?
We don't have a French audience. It's fine.
Well, we don't have any chance of it now, but that's okay. It's better than that. It's finished in sherry casks, and it's, Ryan, you'd know this, Amontillado sherry casks.
That's even more interesting.
So cigar, French, toasted oak.
They're doing all the
barrels.
Cool. Yes. Okay, so
in rye.
So for a little background, I didn't know that Amontillado sherry is like a medium sweet sherry.
Okay,
the sherry ranges from ultra dry that tastes like gravel and cat pee to like Pedro Jimenez, which is like syrup.
Okay.
Amontillado's like kind of smack dab in the middle.
A little bit cat pee, a little bit of syrup.
Well, it's a little nutty. It's got a little nuttiness, nutty sweetness, but it's not like crazy sugary. So that's bizarre that they did that. That's cool. You don't see that very often. In fact, one of the only times I've seen an Amontillado sherry age thing was the Taiwanese, the Cavalon.
Oh,
they do an Amontillado cask, and it's like $700 a bottle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
well, this is $80 a bottle for 92 proof. But do you understand when I was doing my research that this is pretty impressive?
Yeah.
And I believe, I forget his name, but I believe the dude from Angel's Envy is got his mark over this. Like he was
which the Angel's Envy rye is quite good.
It is fantastic. I actually had it at a bar when I was in Chicago like a month or two ago.
Rye aged in rum casks.
Yeah, that was like,
finished in rum casks. Yeah. But okay, because the Angel's Envy bourbon, we might have to do an episode on that at some point.
Yeah. Get some more haters.
Not a huge fan.
Yeah. Everyone who is a super big fan of Calumet 16 is probably going to hate that episode.
Ooh, that's fair. But the rye is good. And
the nose is amazing.
This is good. This is a really good bottle. Which doesn't mean anything in French.
Yeah, I can definitely smell some armpit hair.
Yeah, I think.
Stinky cheese.
Some Swiss cheese. Some ratatouille.
Swiss cheese?
I don't know.
You stupid bastard.
What did he say?
What if Danny cheese?
What did he say?
It's the one that's a different country.
What cheese did he say?
Swiss cheese.
He literally said Swiss cheese. That tells you how much I listen to him.
Hey, man, I'm dead. I'm a skeleton. I don't have a brain.
You make so many cheeses.
It's going to be Polish cheese. Wow.
We're having fun.
Yeah. Boy. It's the fumes from the aerosol can.
Yeah, I think we've all just gotten high from that damn hairspray.
Starting to cry over here.
The nose is awesome. I get white pepper on the nose. I get coriander on the nose.
Yeah,
the white pepper's good.
Yeah, agreed.
Good call.
Almost every single time there's a white pepper note, whether it's in alcohol, like hard alcohol, wine, I'm always a fan.
Yeah.
This is complex. I'm glad you said all of the things about it because it all makes sense when you taste it. You get the barrel influence. You get that mouthfeel from the French oak.
Halfway through, I get the silky French oak.
And then there's
mouthfeel.
that sweetness, but it's rye. So you get the spice, but then you get that sherry barrel in there too.
Well,
a lot going on.
I'm wondering if you guys can kind of help me out here because my palate is a little whacked out. Are you guys eating like a Coke, like a
little bit of
almost like
Coca-Cola?
cola?
Yeah,
a cola.
a cola. Actually, cola is a better term.
A little bit.
Not Coca-Cola.
No,
but
a little
just
bit. Yeah.
generic cola.
RC cola.
Yeah. It was like right when the proof burst on my mouth is where I got it's like almost like a carbonation burn with the flavor of Coke.
Yeah.
So to me, this hits you with pleasantness, and then it spikes mid palate with proof, that sort of Coca-Cola flavor and proof. There is a proof spike, even though it's only 92 proof. And then half after that, then it comes with the silky French oak.
And more of the rye comes through.
And the more of the rye
the
comes
rye
through. Yeah.
is like
rye spice.
tanniny. The spice is tanniny mixed with the smoothness of the fresh French oak.
Yeah, but
So-
that comes on the back end.
There's a lot
That's back
of
end.
of texture
Yeah.
in this, which is pretty wild. I've never had it like change how it feels on my tongue.
This is fun.
Yeah.
This is just fun. It's drinkable.
Mhm.
Like if you didn't know all of that stuff about
You're
it,
like, oh, this tastes good.
you never watched us before, and you just had this, it would be delectable. Like it would be a fun thing to drink. But knowing all of those things and being able to pick all of them out individually is really fun.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
I am too. This is good.
I'm more familiar with the bourbon. I think we've just tried the rye a long time ago. I don't even really remember that it tasted like this. And then learning all this stuff that you just told us, Rick, fancy.
They did not take shortcuts at all. It's very
Respect,
clear.
Bobby
Yeah.
D.
Bobby D up in his house.
Yeah. And again, when I researched, I was going like I didn't know what celebrity, and I like Bob Dylan a lot, and I like his music, but celebrity, Austin, that Joker. He picked up
Look at
something
him.
again. Yeah, exactly.
Look at
I
him.
take this podcast seriously, okay?
Well, then I started doing the research.
You're killing
going,
me.
going, this is your kid. This is for real. They're not messing around. They're not taking shortcuts. It's
And the
just
fact that they
opposite.
open up their own distillery.
Yeah.
Like this isn't just, we're gonna blend some bourbon and just ride off into the sunset. Like they're serious about it.
And I'm hoping that in their transition to their own product, they keep that quality and
For sure.
and fun stuff that they're
I'm curious
doing.
who their like distiller is. Like, is it someone from some?
Yeah, they brought somebody over.
Yeah.
It might be the
well-known.
Angel Envy guy.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
Mark, whatever. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, Mark.
Mark Envy.
Mark Envy.
Maybe I have it written down and I can't read it. I have
Marcus
no idea.
Envy.
Mark
Marcus
Bush.
Envy.
So yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
What?
Swiss
What's that?
cheese.
Okay. Yeah.
The French guy, I don't know how the French got away with that one.
I'm gonna poke holes in that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow.
I'll tell you what. I like these both, and respect for sure. The bourbon is cheaper, but there are quite a few bourbons, et cetera, et cetera. The rye more expensive, but they do some unique stuff with it, and it's definitely a unique dram.
The rye would be fun to put up against some of our other favorite ryes because it's not a quintessential rye.
No, it's not.
It is an oddball. It's different, but it's fun. And so putting up against, some Sagamore or Stellum rye, like it's different. And so I think it would be fun lineup with
For
those.
sure, because it's very different. I also think it should go up against some of Maker's Mark French oak stuff, just so you can kind of compare the bourbon and the ryes in French oak, because we don't have that much French oak stuff to compare.
true.
So it's
Very
I want to
true.
know.
Like the BRT O2.
Yeah, exactly. The
Well, and
similarities
then
between
the
them.
other thing, and I didn't speak to this yet, but with the rye, it is a real rye. It's 95.5,
Okay,
95% rye, and so
Makes
represent.
it even cooler.
Yeah.
thought to be from Ross and Squibbs, formerly MGP, for the rye,
Of course.
I mean, gotta love them.
which they're known for their rye. They do.
Yeah,
I mean,
Wow.
shout out to Ross and Squibb
Ross
Oh,
and
yeah.
who
Squibb
commented.
they did
with
That
two
was
B's.
pretty cool.
I learned it was with two B's, not one.
Ian, their master distiller, recommended the Rossville 7-year, their new limited release.
That's awesome.
7-year cast strength.
Yeah.
Rye.
I've been there. Many people drinking bourbons and ryes that are paying a lot of money. it's from Ross and Squibb.
Yeah,
or
they're fans of
FGT,
them. They just
and
don't know
They
it.
just don't know it. Yes, exactly.
For sure.
And we are big fans because Ryes are our jam, folks.
This is good. You done good, Skeletor.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
You know, I've put on the makeup and I just feel like I feel free.
You know what? I got a bone to pick with you.
You know, I put on this makeup and I didn't realize it was going to be shit on so much.
You look like a boner.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you right now, Kevin, go pick the rye up. You're going to go pick the rye up, Kevin. I know you are.
Oh, a
Whoa.
specific shout out.
Shout out.
Kevin's somebody that watches all the time, and literally he lets us know. He goes, "You're bankrupt me." I went and bought it.
Well,
listen to our financial podcast.
we give the best
Put
financial
it on
advice.
the credit card.
Yeah. Well, folks, it's it. It's done. We have gone to heaven's door. We've made it back. We have a story to tell. You go out and you buy it. This is Bob Dylan's Bourbon. It's actually surprisingly good.
He's not messing around.
He isn't messing around.
Knock, knock, knock.
Although I don't know how much influence he has. He might just be the guy who's like, that tastes pretty good. But either way, it's good juice, and we can't deny it.
I mean, I will say, even if he's just the celebrity face for it, the easy way would just be like, get some barrels,
Yeah, for
throw
sure.
a label on it. Clearly, they're not doing that.
Especially with the rye. The fact that they made a weird rye with all the
Yeah,
French
Cigar
oak.
That's expensive.
barrels,
That's an
toasted
expensive
oak,
thing to make.
French
Yeah.
oak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Respect.
you like the episode because you love my getup. You like my Skeletor costume, okay? Because it's the spooky day, and we're taking you to heaven. Yeah. You comment. Let us know. Do you like my makeup? I know you do. I know you love it. And these guys are a bunch of turds. Okay, they're not dressing up in Halloween. They don't got that spirit. They're not spirit hunters.
We got these spirits.
Exactly. You comment again. Let us know what bourbons you want us to try because
Comment twice. You know.
yeah, do one and then do another because it helps us out in the algorithm. Let us know what bourbons you want us to review, what scotches you want us to review, anything. We're alcohol content. We do it all. And then, I'm taking Ryan's line. Hit that little bell, the little notification icon. Turn on notifications for us because
ding, it's alcohol
once
content
we release
time.
our content on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever I'm able to get around to putting out the episodes, you're going to get notified.
Our
So.
producer, Kenny.
Oh, yeah, Kenny Romano, our
Kenny,
producer.
that you'll never see on screen.
Yeah.
In the background,
He
doing the
never
work.
wants
Yep.
to be in front of a camera.
No.
Yeah.
All
Poor
right.
Kenny.
We're wrapping it up. Boom.